and I'm from Staten Island.
My name is Dusu, and I'm also from Staten Island. Comes from West Africa, and I'm named after my aunt. Munekeni, Nisoma. Well, Munekeni means what happened. Nisoma means good morning. Iwili means get up. Idalako means go brush your teeth, and like so on, so on. But over there right now, like when it's like kind of winter here, it's like sunny over there, and then when it's sunny over here, it's like rainy over there.
Guinea, it's so hot. It's so hot there. It's like the heat is so different from here. It feels like you're in an oven, but it's dry heat. And the people are so nice. And if you go there, me personally, my experience, I felt like a person rather than here you're seen as like your skin color or like your religion or whatever, but when you go there you feel like anybody else. It's based off your character.
And about Africa, the people over there is really humble. Like really humble. That's why I feel like a lot of people when they travel back home, they see how different it is from when you're over here. Because over here it's really diverse and people think differently and stuff like that. When you're around your people, you just feel the same, like what she said, like you feel like a regular person without being scared or being judged and stuff like that. African culture, because that's so crazy because our aunt was just telling us about this like the other day or 2 days ago. So African culture, they're more so based off respect and values and beliefs, while over here it's just kind of like if you do it, I'm gonna do it, if that makes sense.
Back home they still hold on to the same values that their ancestors had and stuff like that, but here it's different because all of, like for our Black Americans, all of your traditions have been wiped away, so you have to kind of start over based on like the environment that you're in, so things may not be the same. Like, you know, there's more, I feel like in Black culture there's way more of expression of like style and stuff like that, like you're more free to do certain styles, but African culture, even growing out your hair, your parents will be like, oh no, that's bad, that's certain things, because they don't really do that. But for Black Americans, that's a way for you to connect to your roots and show off your Black pride, so there are different ways to show that off. Same thing, because African Americans are portrayed so like differently, especially through media and what they see back home. They won't really know till they come here and experience it, and because it's different, a lot of things in African culture, when they're different, they kind of get like a negative like view. They view it as negative when it's something different. So I think there's a lack of understanding between the two.
It's a difference between getting like catcalled and someone like generally approaching you. If you're coming up to a person, especially like a girl, a woman, and you're trying to like get her number, I feel like you should be respectful, because nowadays the guys is like kind of rude and kind of like really forceful. Like it's been, because I was like raised in the Bronx, and it's been really many situations where like a guy has come up to me and I just kind of like, you know, ignored it, and they'd be like, oh, you're a hoe, or I didn't even want your numbers anyway. So, and I feel like there's also been people that came up to me like, oh, you're so pretty, can I get your number? Or, you know, you're too pretty to be outside, like, what's your name? You know, that type of stuff. So there's really a difference between being respectful and just trying to like catcall a female, because I feel like that's just rude. Like, you know, saying to a girl like, as she's walking by, oh, you got a fat ass, let me get your number. That's rude. So yeah.
Yeah, like getting fucking catcalled is like the worst, because I feel like as a woman you're already like a commodity, kind of like there's already like, you know, men like using you. So like when you're walking down the street minding your business, for someone to like kind of like degrade you and talk to you any type of way, it's really like bad. Me personally, I don't really care for when people come up to me, because like most of the time it's like literally like catcalling. But when they're like respectful and like they're actually genuinely complimenting you, I think that's nice.
Like, speaking, I personally don't even like it when people, especially like men, look at my body, because like, I don't know, growing up, people always be like, oh, you're too developed for your age, and it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable when someone's always, especially a man, like a grown man compliments you, oh, you got a nice body. So I feel like if a person's personally come up to me and they're trying to look at my body language, I feel like just mostly in the face, because that's what everything is. Yeah, the face. I feel like body doesn't really matter. I feel like if you're pretty, you're pretty. Everybody's pretty in their own way. But like for someone to just look at your body figure, it just automatically shows like what they want from you in the first place. Because guys nowadays, it doesn't matter how your face looks. If your body is nice, they will fuck you. Yeah. Like literally. Yeah. So yeah.
When it comes to like the body language, I mean, you can tell someone's like interested or not. Like if you see someone like doing their own thing, kind of like, I feel like maybe you should look to do a second look and see like, am I able to approach them? Do they seem busy? Because people will literally stop you while you're like walking on your way to go somewhere. Like, you know, like you're dead ass not trying to stop and talk to someone, and they'll really like take your time away just to say, oh, you're pretty, can I get your number or something like that. But I mean, if someone's sitting alone or something like that, and I feel like for women, our body language is like reciprocated from the men, how they approach you. So if a man is coming up to you aggressively or like a predator or something like that, that'll make a woman like tense up and be like awkward or have short responses and like, you know, just completely not be interested. But guys fail to see that. They really do.
But like once you reject a guy, it's like they don't know how to take no for an answer. So like it was either they'd be like, oh come on, like stop, like let me get your number, or if they get really angry, they'll just catch you out or be like, oh you're a hoe, I didn't even want your number anyways, you're ugly. But I just feel like if a guy's aggressive, like bark at them. I really feel like if a guy's aggressive, just act crazy, because like that's when they know how to stop. But it's either I just walk away or pretend I don't hear them, or I just have my headphones in when I see like a group of guys coming, like I put on my headphones and pretend I can't hear them. So yeah.
You can either like literally get on their level and like curse them out too and be like, I'm not fucking interested, or I'm not really interested and stuff like that.
You're too ugly for me?
Yeah, exactly. You can violate them back. But also at the same time, there's been too many cases of like girls or women like literally losing their lives or getting assaulted just by saying fucking no. So sometimes you could just like take the number or whatever, and when you're walking away, just delete that. Just delete it. Huh?
You give them a fake number too?
Yeah, but sometimes they call the number in front of you.
Oh. When was the last time you was approached by a random dude?
Friday after I was coming from school. Yeah,
What did you say?
it was Friday. I was on the bus, and he was also on the bus too. And he was just like, oh, like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, you know, can't be out here telling people your name. So I was just like, kind of got awkward, because the guy was really old, like really, really old, and he kind of looked like he was drunk. So I was just like quiet, and he's like, come on, what's your name? He got closer to me, so I just got up. So yeah.
A guy at the store trying to like talk or whatever, but I just walked out.
What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard?
Oh no, something that'd be like, oh, your lips look nice, or something like weird like that. Like, like what the fuck?
But it was actually like, I think like a week or 2 weeks ago, some guy had slid in my DMs, and then I have like a highlight up on my Instagram, and he was like, I'm gonna rate you an 8 out of 10 because I'm too into you.
I make like random videos, like I make like lip syncing videos, maybe sometimes dancing videos, but I post those on for friends only, and just like whatever's trending sometimes.
No, I kind of just post memes.
Yeah.
I kind of post myself probably like once every month.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
simply
think it's raining.
yeah, it is.